Right now in the men's 60-meter dash, Texas Tech has 4 of the top 6 performers in the NCAA. This may not be a surprise to some considering Texas Tech has a 60-meter NCAA record holder and defending champion Terrence Jones. But this is actually more surprising than you think and is really a product of just the past few years of progress the school has been making. Just over 6 years ago, no athlete in Texas Tech history had ever broken 6.60 seconds, let alone had aspirations for the NCAA record. But now, we're seeing the Red Raiders at the top of a bunch of January rankings with the potential to win the team title partly based on the 60-meter dash performances. To understand how we got here, we have to circle back a few years to 2017 when 2 major milestones occurred for Texas Tech's track and field program. The first was the opening of its new indoor facility in the fall of 2017. The Sports Performance Center is just one of only 3 major indoor tracks in the entire state of Texas, and it's already played host to the 2019, 2021, and 2023 Big 12 championships, as well as a plethora of other high-profile regular season NCAA meets. This provided the Red Raiders with a huge upgrade in not only training facilities, but also competition opportunities as they were hosting their own meets right at home, but additionally an overall boost of morale and optimism. If any of you competed either in a small school or even a large school that upgraded their facility, you know the feeling of representing your school at home on a new track, or even just the idea of not having to travel as often and waking up in your own bed to go compete against the best in the country. This type of motivation is unmatched and really was a stepping stone to where we are now for Texas Tech. But the second milestone was the recruitment of Divine Oduduru from Nigeria. Now, I know that he is currently banned and people are going to raise questions completely about his career, but I'm not here to talk about that. I just want to discuss the impact that Oduduru had on the Texas Tech program and how it influenced what we're seeing today. When Divine started competing for Texas Tech in the spring of 2017, the indoor school records were 6.63 in the 60 meters and 20.80 in the 200. By the end of the 2018 indoor season, again, this was the first year of Texas Tech's new indoor track, Divine had brought the records down to 6.58 and 20.18. Additionally, he finished 2nd place in the 200 and 6th place in the 60-meter dash at NCAAs, which was the first time in Texas Tech history that anyone had ever earned All-American status in those 2 events. He was also joined by Andrew Hudson, 6th place in the 200, kind of showing the progress that the school is making overall. So clearly, within just a few months of breaking in the track, Texas Tech was showing they had some true possibilities in the sprints. Now, fast forward to 2019, and Divine now wins the indoor 200 and finishes 7th in the 60-meter dash, complementing that with the performances Oduduru and Hudson had outdoors, and this was looking like a dream place for new recruits to attend, both freshmen as well as junior college transfers. Well, over the next few years, guys like Courtney Lindsey, Jacoby Shelton, Terrence Jones, DeAndre Swint, and even Caleb Dean, they all made their way over to Texas Tech and started to build on the foundation that Oduduru and Hudson laid for them right in the sprints. And again, they have the opportunity to train and compete on their brand new home track, which has been hosting upwards of 3 indoor meets per year. Plus, a bit of Lubbock, Texas altitude plays very nicely with sprinters' performances anyway, so they were benefiting across the board. But fast forward a few years to 2022, and we're looking at a completely new generation of sprinting at Texas Tech. Not only do they now have multiple guys under 6'6" in the 60-meter dash, but Terrence Jones, just a freshman, equals the NCAA record of 6.45 seconds. Now, I know you can debate if he caught a flyer or a false start, but at the end of the day, he hit the record and it still stands. And to prove it, he almost replicated it a year later, running 6.46 seconds, actually twice in the same year, and this time winning the 2023 NCAA indoor title, the first ever for Texas Tech in the event. So just for some perspective, prior to 2018, Texas Tech never had an All-American in either the 60 meters or 200 meters indoors. But within a few years, they now had 2 different guys win titles in both events. And add to that, a whole bunch of guys like Jacoby Shelton and Andrew Hudson earning All-American status. Also, Courtney Lindsey running 20.13 for the 6th fastest time in NCAA history. They literally became a sprint powerhouse in the blink of an eye. And now we arrive in 2024. Again, 4 of the top 6 guys in the 60-meter dash this year already come from Texas Tech. They also have the NCAA champion and current leader in the 60-meter hurdles in Caleb Dean. He's followed by Antoine Andrews at number 3 in the 60-meter hurdles. They also lead the nation in the 4x4. They also have the number 3 guy in the 400, and they have the number 6 guy in the 200. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for 2024. Now, let's be clear, the 60-meter dash is very competitive. Auburn's Favre Ashe has been one of the most competitive sprinters over the past few years. USC's Justin Braun is a 400-meter guy, but capable of 6.55. Texas has 2 guys in the top 10 with Marcellus Moore and Milton Shelvin. So this isn't a walk in the park for Texas Tech to sweep the NCAA medals in the 60 when we get to Boston in March. But what this is simply a display of calculated moves and impactful milestones that the Red Raiders have benefited from over the past couple years. Very few schools in the nation can say they have one of the best indoor tracks in the world. But even for schools that can, few can say they have completely changed their program around to go from arguably an afterthought to now a serious contender for the NCAA title. Let me know what you think about Texas Tech's rise in the sprints over the past few years, and if you think they could not only win the NCAA title as a team, win the 60-meter dash title for a 2nd year in a row, but also can they keep up this momentum of building their sprint talent year after year? Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, be back again next time. Thanks for watching. So if you made it to the end of the video, really appreciate you. Again, if you didn't already, be sure to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of content that's coming out, not only through the indoor season, but also when we get to outdoors. I'm going to be live on the ground covering the NCAA track and field championships indoors in Boston, getting interviews, getting content, telling stories. So let me know what type of stories you also want to hear as we kind of progress through the indoor season and as we get towards outdoors as well, right? Texas Tech, it was really kind of a surprise to me seeing the progress that they've made over the past few years. So just wanted to talk a little bit about it, considering they've really been dominating this early season. But let me know some of the stories that you all want to hear. And again, I'm going to be on the ground, not only at NCAAs, but also World Indoor Championships and, a lot more meets as we go through the year. So let me know what you think and some of the stories you want to hear. And again, thanks for watching.